Hey there, welcome back to the garden. It's a really beautiful morning here in Austin, Texas. I can hear lots of birds, so I hope you can hear them too. And they've been visiting the bird bath again. It's no longer frozen, I'm happy to say. So today I just wanted to give an update and show you what survived our second polar vortex here in Texas in 2025. So we did have about 5 days of freezing weather, and the lowest it got down to was 17 degrees. I showed you in the last video a few things that I had covered, and I'm just gonna show you how everything did. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, and over here, I just wanted to show some of the stuff I've shown indoors when I was doing that video about indoor seed starting. And just whenever the weather's nice, I just move them back outside. And I put them out last night and they stayed out all night except for one tray over there. So basically the flowers, the hardy vegetables, and the herbs stayed out all night. And I left these out. That's mostly basil, nasturtium, tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants. Those are a little bit more frost sensitive. We didn't have a frost last night, but it did get down to 40. So I brought them back inside for the night and then put them back out. So I'm basically doing something called hardening them off, where I'm gradually getting them used to cooler temperatures, but not just putting them outside and saying, okay, you guys are on your own. I'm just kind of managing them in that way, where I will let them come out, let them get used to more and more of the cooler weather as we go, and also the warmer temperatures in the afternoon. And they like the real sun much better than my lights indoors anyway. So I really like to get what I can from the real sun when we have it. It's a nice, beautiful sunny day. So pretty soon I'll be able to leave those out all the time, and then they'll go in the ground. So these are all going to be around the garden pretty soon. So I'll definitely show you guys a video of transplanting these when I get to that point. Okay, I'm going to start over here at the green stalk. As I showed you guys, what I do is I wrap it all the way around with frost cloth, tuck it in here, and then put the winter cover that is an accessory you can purchase for the green stalk over that. So everything's looking great. I have also planted a lot of new seeds, and so they were pretty protected, and I don't see anything dead, so it worked. This one survived. All right, next, these all survived, and that's because I brought them inside, so no problem there. They didn't have a lot of light, but they had temperatures that they liked for a few days, and that was fine. I had so many flowers blooming indoors on this, and was a little worried because I couldn't get it pollinated with, all the pollinators being inside, and it was indoors. Excuse me. The pollinators are outside. So indoors, I didn't have any pollinators. I did try and self-pollinate them, where I took some of the pollen from one flower, tried to put it on the other flowers. So, I don't know if that helped or not, but we'll see if we get a lot of lemons now that it's back out here again. The bees are all over it again. There's still not much blooming, and it just smells so amazing. So I'm not surprised. Okay, there are garbage trucks on the street next to me, so sorry about that. This is real life, y'all. Okay, over here, if you remember, I ran out of frost cloth, so I went ahead and just put that blue tarp, if you can see it over there, threw it over a chair for now to dry. I put the blue tarp over all this area. Now, I had just seeded a ton of cool season direct sow crops in here as well. They haven't come up yet, so I bet you they got some extra protection from that. The squash, yeah, it's gone, it's toast. So like I said, that was really only just in case we had already had our last frost in January, which we sometimes do. And I would have had the earliest squash, but I'm just gonna have to plant more. And that's what I was expecting if we did have another frost. I am not expecting another frost this year. The next 10 days look great. And then we would be past our average last frost date of March 4th. So I'm gonna just guess that this is my last frost that we just had. And I'm gonna start planting everything now. All right, y'all, so stay tuned if you wanna see what I'm doing next. In here, what did survive under the covers were well, it doesn't look great, but cauliflower and broccoli did survive, but the more warm weather crops were just not having it. I did have a lot of these sunflowers popping up, and they're tiny right now. They self-seeded. That's the common sunflower that's native here in Texas. And they will be growing everywhere very soon, and the ones under the cover look totally fine. Let's get a good close up there. Yeah, each one of those could be like 15 feet tall when we get into about April or so. Anyway, the bronze fennel underneath the cover is absolutely fine, but the bronze fennel doesn't really need to be covered anyway. Over here, I did not cover these onions, and that was kind of an experiment because I wanted to see how hardy they were. I knew there was a possibility I could lose them, but they look like they're about to pop back. Some of the leaves at the bottom might get cut off, but the very center of them, if you can see there, is still growing back, and I think they're gonna be fine. Okay, and then over here, I had showed you guys my palm tree, which I had just covered the trunk several times, wrapped around. And let's see it now. Gorgeous. Yeah, it looks happy. I mean, some of the leaves are a little less green than they were, but they're totally alive. They're fine. And the bird bath is back to being water. I saw about 4 different species of birds in there at once yesterday. I loved that. And they really like hanging out in this tree and then flying down to the water. So hopefully I can get some footage of the wildlife here pretty soon. Okay, so coming back over here, the last thing that I covered was the Arctic Frost Mandarin Orange tree. And if you remember, I put a cover over it and also Christmas lights around it to keep it warm and hold some of the warmth in. And these are the 40-watt Christmas lights, not LEDs, because those don't give off any ambient height, or not much ambient heat at all. So here, I left these on just so that you could see what I did. Really just wrapped that tree around the pole, because it's really just like a stick with a few stems and leaves right now. It's pretty small. So I would say success. It's great. I'm gonna unwrap that today because I don't think I need to leave those Christmas lights on there. And the way I wrapped it up, I kind of almost attached it to the pole a little bit more as well. Yeah, I'm super excited about that. All right, so let's get just a little bit of footage of these singing birds. So beautiful. Y'all, I'm so happy that it's warm again. I am not a winter person. And maybe you're laughing at me because we had like 5 days of winter and I couldn't wait for it to be over. So I am not a cold weather person. That's why I live in Texas. I mean, it gets really hot here, but everybody's got to deal with something, right? Anyway, I believe probably all the squash I planted, yep, it's all gone. No worries. I have a lot more seeds left and I'm gonna get to planting. So another thing I'd love to show you guys is very soon, either today or tomorrow, definitely early this week, I'm going to be planting 4 different types of white potatoes. And I'm super excited about trying that. I'll tell you about the different varieties that I'm planting, and I'll show you guys some of the planting as well. Okay, friends, thank you for coming back with me to see what survived the second winter, February 17th to the 22nd of 2025 here in Texas. RIP winter. We are seriously looking forward to spring here. All right, I can't wait to see you guys soon. Bye.